GM, February 10th, 2025. Take a look, see what Bitcoin's doing, see what Solana's doing, see what Ethereum's doing, majors, crypto, GM. Bitcoin, we are still sideways ever since November, after the original Trump got elected pump. Bands keep flipping back and forth. Bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Right now we are bearish. The ribbon is bullish. The market structure is bearish. Having a all right pump here off of the weekly open. A couple hours ago, 8 hours ago, 10 hours ago. Yeah. Gonna stay in the middle until we don't. We're below the 100K level. It is an important level. Keeps getting defended in both directions. When we're over it, we're bullish. When we're under it, we're bearish. Go down to the 4 hour here. See what we see. 4 hour bands are bearish. 4 hour market structure is bearish. And the ribbon is bearish. We are in a downtrend on all fronts on the 4 hour chart. Even in this interim, we are in a downtrend. Yep, still in a downtrend. The interim downtrend's got to close over the 98,264 level. On the 4 hour chart, to flip the 4 hour interim market structure back to bullish. Did have a nice sweep of the lows there, the end of yesterday, to begin this pump that we had. Yeah, GM to Bitcoin holding it up. I have marked here on the daily the 100K level. That very well may get tested. Seems like a good area. Fill in this inefficient wick that we had. Going down to the 4. That comes into the wicks here, the bottom of the 4 hour. We shall see, we shall see, we shall see. Ethereum. Take a look at Ethereum. Not having a good of a day as Bitcoin. We have bearish structure, bearish bands. Neutral ribbon on the daily. Definitely not as strong as Bitcoin. We're underneath this 2800 level, which has been a level of contention. There it is, make it big and bright in your face. Level of contention for a long time. We are below it. First order of business is to reclaim that, followed by this trend line. We're to be bullish again. We are bouncing in between the blocks. The bottom block did hold. Nasty wick. That was a serious overextension. I don't actually expect that entire wick to get filled, although inefficiencies do like to get filled. We can come down and test this block and still be considered filling that in, because that's too extreme. Now, if you notice here, we are below the ribbon. It's currently down on the daily and Ethereum. On Bitcoin, we are holding the ribbon bullish. And I'm expecting a retest of the 100. Be a fantastic place to buy. And Ethereum is below all of that. Not looking too good. Ethereum versus Bitcoin here. More of the same, man. Down, 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 down. Bearish everything. Just garbage. Don't own ETH. Some people like it. Whatever. Choose the worst performing asset. It's on you, man. Solana. We have bullish market structure. It was set off of a massive inefficiency, which the whole thing has really returned all the way up and all the way back down. Fully returned that move. Did hold the trend line. Daily interim market structure is bearish. as its lower highs and lower lows all the way back down. It's within the larger structure. Bands are bearish. Did respect the 200-day moving average. That is really the line in the sand, I would say. Longer term did hold this blue trend line, bouncing in between the green boxes, back and forth, top to bottom, to top to bottom. So what's next? Seems like top. Doesn't mean we have to be, 4 days to get there like that one. But I'm not saying we can't roll back over or retest this 200 or retest this trend line. I'm just saying it does kind of seem like Solana's holding a bottom here. Kind of like in this area here. Let me see, I'll draw this on here. This area here held all throughout last summer. Or if you look at Bitcoin kept making lower lows, and Solana kept holding the lows on its chart. Now, taking a look here and comparing them, in this case, Bitcoin is above its box, mid-range. Solana's down at the bottom. If Bitcoin comes down and can make a higher low here near the 100, then I still expect this box to hold. If Bitcoin starts to come down and retest these lows, it actually set a new low underneath this wick here, then it's quite possible that Solana can take a wick down into these into this blue trend line here. So we'll keep an eye on that. 4 hour in Solana, bands have flipped to bullish. The market structure is also bullish. Bands are bearish. We are retesting the 20 again on the 4 hour and this downsloping trend line. We shall see if it's going to act as resistance or if we're gonna break above and set a new market structure. So far, it does seem to respect the 20, but on the way down, if it touches the bands here, market structure break to the downside, break structure right there. So that's a successful band touch. Here the bands tried to hold but didn't, broke through them. See if the 50 can do the same thing. If we tag the 50 and end up breaking here, breaking the market structure, flipping back bearish, then we'll consider it a true retest and holds of the 4 hour 50. If it breaks above and touches 100, then that 4 hour 50 is no longer being respected, and we'll see if the 50 or the 100 here is in play. But until then, it's a good area to watch. See in here, maybe it'll be a reversal. We do have some resistance from moving average, trend line, recent high, break a structure level. We'll see. It does depend on Bitcoin. The most of the market does follow Bitcoin. Same thing tends to apply here. Coming up, testing the 50. It's hard to say on Bitcoin because this break of structure is so far down here because of the wicked bounce we had and the way that the chart is set up. But we have made interim, touches the 50, new low, touches the 50, new low, touches the 50. We shall see. Does that end up coming back? Where are we looking here? Do we tag the 50, come back down here, tag that before we come back up? Possibly. Like I said, this is the area here that I'm interested in. Doesn't have to be there. Could be, whatever, anywhere around here. I'm lining that up as an entry point. There's my plan anyway for a Bitcoin trade. We shall see. See, there it is, the daily. Maybe. Who knows? Like that. Back up towards 100. Up into the bands. And that's about it. GM.